Hi friends, good morning. In this video, let's we talk about direct debit ISO 20022 payment flow as well as a SEPA payment direct debit flow. Before going to this topic, I have provided the payment business analyst training for student and working professional. In case you would like to join the course, please approach for me tamilbusinesstechnews at the rate of gmail.com. Direct debit definition. What is direct debit? Direct debit is a pre-authorized payment method where a creditor, payee, pull fund from a debtor payer account based on the schedule based on previously agreed mandate. This is commonly used for recurring payment like utility bill, loan installment, and subscription fees. Take down this example as a person need to pay their DTH bill in XY consumer. So XY consumer hold the account in debtor bank and the service provider, DTH service provider, that company hold the account in creditor bank. So in this scenario, the XY consumer agreed for the direct debit feature to creditor, DTH company. So every month cycle, end of the due date, that DTH company send the bill details to debtor consumer based on the via banks. So in case the XY consumer agree the direct debit feature to DTH company, so DTH company send the direct debit mandate instruction to creditor bank. After creditor bank transfer the information to debtor bank, the consumer, XY consumer get some bill notification message. Either it should be debited automatically, otherwise XY consumer make the payment via online. This is we called as a direct debit. Creditor bank send the payment request to debtor bank. After debtor make the payment. This is the simple example of direct debit. Scope of the direct debit. Direct debit should be involved for the various financial environment. Recurring payment. You need to pay your Netflix, insurance premium or gym membership, monthly subscription. You need to pay each and every month. In case that service provider they send the request to customer, okay, who is the debtor, you need to pay the bill amount, they given the notification, after the customer make the payment based on the notification. One time payment, it's called as a tax payment. Business to business transaction, either the supplier payment or invoice settlement. Utility bill payment, electricity, water and internet. You got each and every month your electricity bill notification, water and internet bill notification in case you are adopted for the direct debit future. Loan and mortgage payment also happen for the direct debit payment because each and every month the customer need to pay the installment amount to consumer. So these are the direct debit payment. Why we use for the direct debit payment? Because we avoid for the late fees. So the reason they are using for the direct debit feature for the debtor side. What are the message should be involved for the direct debit in the positive scenario? See, these example, the electricity corporation send the money to corporate who is consuming for the electricity. So electricity corporation hold the account in creditor bank. That bank send the request to the debtor bank. The consumer hold the account. In case consumer agree for that direct debit payment. Otherwise, the creditor bank won't send the direct debit request to debtor bank. Suppose in this scenario, consumer agree for that service provider. You can able to store my payment instruction. So that is a mandate instruction. We call it as a mandate instruction. Either the consumer tell that mandate instruction is a mandatory, otherwise they won't agree for the mandate instruction also. So what will be happen if the customer, okay, creditor bank store the consumer billing details in their database. So the customer send the pain 009 message to that creditor bank. The service provider send the pain 009 message to the creditor bank. That is a mandate information. In case the customer agree for the mandate information, they transfer for the pain 009. Otherwise, they won't send the pain 009. So creditor send the pain 009 to creditor bank. After creditor bank check the information, they given the authentication auth 002 mandate response. After what will be happen? The creditor bank generate for the pain 008 because that they need to get the payment from debtor bank. Pain 008. That pain 008 it should be reached for the debtor bank via PAX 3 or PAX 8. Any messages. Some banks are won't support for the PAX 3, so they use for the PAX 8. After the debtor bank make the payment via PAX 8, finally they got the notification for camped 054. That is the scenario. So this scenario we will look on that some sequence diagram flows. Just look on the flow. Creditor. Okay, they store their customer mandate informations and send the request to the creditor bank. This is the customer number. This much they need to pay. When is the due date? Those information it should be passed via pain 009. It's reached out for the creditor bank. Creditor bank validate the information that should be perfect. They generate for the auth 002. Either customer opt for the mandate information as a Y, debtor opt for the mandate information as a Y. This creditor send the request to creditor bank, all the mandate information. Otherwise, creditor directly send to the pain 008 message to the creditor bank. Creditor bank pass the information via PAX 3 or PAX 8. Either what are the parties should be involved, instructing party, instructed party, and a debtor agent. Either they pass the information in PAX 3, intermediary settlement message, otherwise, as usual, they are passing the information via PAX 8. That is up to the bank. After debtor agent bank get the details, they check all the details after they send the notification to debtor. In case debtor approve the payment, it's okay. I plan to done the payment via online. I will make the payment. Debtor make the payment. Again, they get the response. Okay. The creditor bank get the response, payment status response via PAX 002. So these are the positive scenario. In case some problem should be happen from the debtor side. My bill amount is added some extra features. Otherwise, some days I am never using that feature. Those days also included. So debtor send the revised bill request to that creditor because they need to debit some amount in their whole bill amount. So on that time, what will happen? The debtor send the reversal request to debtor send the return or reversal request to creditor bank, either the PAX 4 or PAX 4. After that reversal request should be verified for the creditor bank. They send the request to creditor. Creditor verify the request. In case they are agree for the reversal or return, otherwise they won't agree for the reversal or return based on the conditions. After what will be happen? They agree for the reversal and request means again they generate for the PAX 007 reversal request and the creditor bill amount should be either reversed or returned. The debtor should be see the information and make the payment. That is the one flow. Again, I will tell you, creditor can able to store the debtor mandate information via pain 009. If they store in the correct format, they get for the auth 002. After creditor send the pain 008 to creditor bank. Creditor bank pass the payment instruction via PAX 3 or PAX 8. Finally, it should be reach out for the debtor agent. In case debtor agree the payment and make the payment. After the same kind of the response should be transferred to the PAX 008 and the statement should be generated via CAMT 054. After the payment status report should be generated, pack 002, they get the payment 002 status response from the creditor side. The payment should be successfully processed. In case debtor feel that that amount is a overloading amount, they put some extra amount. They need to deduct some waivers. These are the scenarios what will be happen. Debtor plan to raise the reverse or payment return or any kind of request, okay, any kind of scenario request that should be transfer for the pack 004 via instructed agent and instructing agent. Finally it's reached out for the creditor bank, and the creditor bank should be agree the reversal based on the paying 00 reversal request. It's get it from the creditor. Finally the reversal should be sent for that creditor bank to debtor bank, and the debtor fund should be refunded. These all the action should be monitored via CAMP 004 account statement. What are the message it should be used? If we think that pain 009 is a mandate initiation request, the creditor should be store the debtor consumer details, bill amount details, and account details that we called as a mandate initiation request. Either it should be yes or no. In the debtor bank should be agree for the mandate information they given for the auth 002. After the creditor, okay, the creditor send the pain 008 message to direct debit request to creditor bank. The creditor bank should be convert that message as a pack 3 or pack 8 and send it to the debtor bank clearing system. In this transaction, it should be tracked for the pain 002 status report. Debit and credit both are request. Either it should be confirmed as a after you got the statement report, right? Either it's a camped 054 or 53 54, you got a 054. In case the debtor plan to return the payment, they plan to return the payment, they rise for the pack 004, and the reversal should be happen for the pain 007 via. So what are the message we are used? Pain 009 is a auth matrix message. In case the creditor plan to store the debtor information, consumer number, account number, bill due date, and all the information, they send the pain 009. In case the debtor agree for storing the mandate information, the response should become for the auth 002. After creditor, when the bill cycle should become, they generate for the pain 008 to the creditor bank, and the creditor bank should be convert the message as a pax 3 or pax 8 according to their convenient. Debtor bank convenient. After it should be reach out for the debtor agent. Once the debtor agent send the response to debtor, debtor see the response in their front end and make the payment. After they get the camped 054, it's a confirmation of the payment. Again, it's move for the pack 008 that should be credited to the creditor account. They can able to track the transaction status via pain 001 payment status response. In case the debtor need to be reverse the payment or return the payment, some bill amount is exceed, some extra charges they are putting like that, the debtor send the return or reversal request to creditor bank. Debtor agent send the return or reversal request to creditor bank via pack 004 payment return or refund. In case that one is a valid one, the creditor provide the paying 007. I plan to reverse your payment, I will plan to return your payment because we are collecting for some extra amount in your bill. So what will be happen again, that return should be happen via pack 007. These all the financial transaction status it should be covered for the camped 054. Once again I will tell you direct debit should be involved for all this message. Pain 009 it should be used for mandate initiation request. R2 it should be given for the debtor bank confirmation. You can able to store my mandate information. Pain 00 is a creditor bank to debtor bank transaction passing message. After that, PAX 3 and PAX 8 should be pass the settlement messages. Pain 002 is a status report. Either the transaction should be success or failure or like that. CAMT 054 is a debit confirmation, credit confirmation. Paint 004 is a return message. In case pack 004 is a return message, in case the debtor fill out, the bill amount is a right, not a right one. So they return or reject, they should be raised. Again, the return and reversal should be happen via pack 007. So these are all the message should be involved for the SEPA direct debit and ISO direct debit. Please kindly subscribe my channel and provide your support.